Now let me see you walk, 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 walk. Let me see you walk, walk, walk. Go friend, go friend, go friend.
We are back. How does it feel to be
welcome, welcome. It feels great. Happy New Year, everyone!
Friend, I haven't seen you since last year.
I know it's been 21 whole days, and I have not seen my friend in person, y'all. This is the first day today.
I ain't gonna lie, Fred. It felt like it was December 40th. 2020. What happened 2 weeks ago and everything
Tell
like
me
that.
about
but go ahead, Fred.
So we are blessed and highly favored to be with you guys in the new year. We are still surviving and thriving through COVID. We hope that you are as well. Continuing to wash our hands. We trying to social distance. We have a few instances where we haven't, but we still got to live our lives.
Yeah, and we still got, it's just balance.
Yeah,
and trust too. But, those of you who are getting the vaccine, kudos to you guys. But still, keep in mind that your friends or other people have not gotten that vaccination yet. So just
and you aren't you still aren't immune. It's gonna take a while, right?
Right.
So yeah, just be careful and continue to be safe. And Netflix is out here saying they're giving the girls one movie a month or a week or something.
I haven't caught the last one that came out with the cyborg. What's it, Outside the Wire or something like that?
I hadn't seen that one
but
yet.
You know what I'm
but
talking
I do want
about.
to see it, yeah.
But speaking of Netflix, I got to do it. Fred, I've been talking about this for a month. Is that Bridgerton?
Yes.
Friend, what do you think? I loved it. I'm a history buff, and I had to know what happened next, so I ended up getting the second book.
Okay.
The series, and it was confirmed for season 2 today. But what do you think about it?
So I think it's really cute. Of course, the main character, and God forgive me,
Simon Bassett.
Say you know the name. He got your name. He has your address.
No, I
don't. Apparently, apparently the main character, he's a cutie, right?
Yeah,
and I did like the dynamic of the various characters. I like the punchlines. The history is really cute. And but I can already tell you, if you're talking about the one to look out for was his trainer. Yes, Lord.
Oh, yes. And he was based off a true character who was a slave who became a boxer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, but he was added into the series, not part of the books. But they did such an amazing job. Shout out to Shonda Rhimes.
Yes.
Everyone who was on that. I liked it. I've seen it many times.
Not many times. I went through and did the full series, but yeah, it is still plenty out here to watch. So you guys definitely partake in that. But so what has been happening since we left? Do you want to tell the people, Jamal?
Well, okay, so first, friend, I want to ask, how did you celebrate the new year? Because you weren't with me, which hurt. But what did you do? How did you bring in 2021?
So I brought in 2021 actually in Charlotte. I went to see a good friend of mine, and I stayed with them for a little bit, but I didn't bring the new year in with them. I actually got my own hotel room.
Yes, friend.
It had my own bottle of champagne, and just enjoyed being in space because I was back home visiting family. But, I just wanted at least a day. So I said, okay, well, let me do New Year's to bring it in. And it was just fine bringing it in by my good old self, especially given everything that's going on. So that's what I did. What did you do?
Friend, I just stayed at home with my dog.
Okay.
I ordered some pizza and Netflix and chilled for real. I had those moments where I'm like, I wish I had that New Year kiss and wanted to be around people. Because normally, if I'm not at church, I'm up in the club, bringing in the New Year. But it was just different. And I gotten offers to go to certain places, but I just wanted to mind that social distance, because I don't know where some of these people have been. So not putting myself at risk. So I just stayed home with my dog and I Netflixed. I ordered a big, large pizza.
Okay.
And I just had the covers and the couch, and that pretty much was it.
I mean, I'm here for it. That's all you need. Don't even be stressing yourself, especially in this time. Mm-hmm. As long as we got our sanity.
Okay, yeah.
Because, these last few weeks have been busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so one of my New Year resolutions was trimming down. I feel like I do so much with organizations and within the community to help people, uplift the community, as well as
y'all. Friend didn't trim down. He got rid of. He just got all the organization.
Yeah, I kind of did. I wanted to focus on me. Focus on doing my own projects and not just promoting someone else's. You get what I'm saying? Because I found that I was losing passion for my own stuff, but was hopping on doing things for other people. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, my dream is like, hey, I'm still over here. So I feel good about it.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Mm-hmm.
No, I am here for it. As a matter of fact, I have also deemed 2021 to be the year of self.
Yes.
And the year of improving and change. And so I am undergoing a few changes that it's going to be interesting. You're talking about a physical change, mm-hmm. and to let's just say I plan to have a new body in the next couple of months.
You're ready for summer.
So with that being said, it's going to be a journey there, mm-hmm. And I feel like now, especially with everything that has been going on, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I've had a lot of time to sit with myself. But this coming into this year is more so a focus, or at least for me, is like, what is it that I can work on and change, mm-hmm. in order to ensure my happiness and not let somebody else dictate that.
Right. So you mm-hmm. building your own happiness versus someone telling you what should make you happy. I'm totally on board with that, and I feel you on that. That new mm-hmm. year, new new body, mm-hmm. new attitude.
Yeah.
And
new address.
Man, we claim it for both of us. Yes, okay. Yes. New job, new income, mm-hmm. just new. And just to celebrate that, because one thing I was talking with my friends about is, how do we celebrate our own accomplishments in the middle of a pandemic?
Yes.
When so many people cannot share your joy because they don't have it. So, how do you say it, but be reserved saying it so that way they don't feel some type of way? But no, they should welcome this joy, because hopefully you will be as excited about their accomplishments and things once they get out of that hurdle or that obstacle, as you should be happy for them. They should be happy for you. So don't be afraid to sing your accolades. It's a difference between sharing your joy and bragging.
Yeah, no, I agree. And any way we can find happiness. I know for me, when I was home visiting family, I said, okay, well, I'll leave shortly after the new year, but I knew that my grandmother's birthday was coming up. Mm-hmm. So of course we couldn't do much, but go out to dinner. But I loved the fact that as a family, we still went out. Of course, we know it's COVID, but we did so safely. And she got to enjoy having dinner with, all of her family, her grandkids and stuff. And that just really made her smile. So that made me smile. Mm-hmm. So we take many things for granted that we could, we would normally do and it'd be, okay. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, no, going out to eat is truly a privilege and a risk that we're taking every time we step out of our house. So yeah, I definitely am grateful for the space that we're in, and I just look forward to what 2021 is bringing. Now, I say that we still in 2020, because January has been shit.
No.
So we got a 13-year month. A 13-month year.
This is leap year.
Right, but I'm not even putting January in 2021 because it has just, as you guys already know, all the chaos has been going on. So I'm like, we can just get through January, we'll be all right.
And we can start it in February because that's my birthday month.
Yes.
And I think that's a great way to start. A new year is February, the Aquarius season, and maybe ending it with the Scorpio season. But other than that, but friends, so let's go to our Kings and Queens segment. So at first I didn't have a King and Queen segment to do for this particular episode because I wanted us to catch up, and I knew we would take that time to catch up with one another because we're not just co-hosts, we're friends, and we catch up, and we haven't seen each other since literally really last year. We talk on the phone, of course, but it's something about making that connection. So wanted to, and then our fans and our listeners to listen to what we were doing. So normally we try to promote a Black-owned business in the DMV area or sometimes outside the DMV area. And I sent you an email. I was like, I don't think we're going to do a Kings and Queens this time. Now, let's say that for next year, that way I can do research and see where else to promote or where else to go. But watching the inauguration and seeing this young, beautiful Black queen as the inaugural poet. Now, I've been to inaugurations.
Right.
The inaugural poet must have missed me because I have not heard that, and maybe I wasn't paying attention because I had the privilege to work the inaugurations, right? So maybe I don't know what was going on, zoned out or whatever the case may be. But this young lady, this young girl, she's 22 years old, and her name is Amanda Gorman. Would you catch her speech, her poem?
It was so inspiring, so moving. How could you not have chills as she's speaking?
Yes, that's definitely a volume up.
Yes.
When you're watching and just her skin was glowing.
Oh, that yellow.
Oh, and yes, it was just a beautiful. Excuse me. So, I wanted to just say for our Kings and Queens segment, we're just going to shout out Amanda Gorman.
I'm here for
22-year-old inaugural poet who spoke Wednesday for the inauguration of Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. She said, Amanda Gorman said, I close my eyes and I say, I am the daughter of Black writers. We are descended from freedom fighters who broke their chains and changed the world. They call me. So we salute you, the Queen, Amanda Gorman.
Yes.
Good job.
Definitely. Definitely.
Friend, it's time to pop the cork.
All right.
It's time to drink.
All right.
I'm here already started. Fred,
I've already started babysitting his thing. But here's your sound effect.
So we are having Alma sparkling brew. Have you had it before?
I have not. It's my first time.
I normally when I get it, have it as a base for my mimosas.
Okay.
So putting the orange juice in there and things, but it's sparkling and it's on a nice budget when you can't do the champagne right now. So I just figured we do that. So we're drinking Alma, but my pop the cork is the inauguration.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, it was beautiful to watch. The celebration, and I'm not gonna lie, like when I saw 45 get on that plane and fly away, I said yes. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I could not help it, and just to watch it through and just be so excited and happy, not only to see the first Black, the first woman, South Asian to serve as president of the Senate, as well as vice president, and then Joe Biden and his call for unity versus what we saw January 6th of 2021, and to see Michelle Obama outfit, friend.
Hey, let me see you. Wow. She definitely stole the show. I mean, anything that she has on is just gorgeous.
Inside and out.
Mm-hmm. And so, between all of those big curls, and she definitely stole it. And I mean, aside from her, you had other ladies that were there that were sparkling. I mean, I don't know what was going on with Lady Gaga and this bird.
I loved that bird.
The bird was big.
I love it. I love the dress, and I love you.
So the bird was big,
rain on me,
but she definitely sung. Those pipes definitely came to play. And so, hey, I was here.
Did you watch the whole thing, bits and pieces?
I watched 75% of it because, of course, I was working.
25%.
Come on, 25%. So I did better than Friends. And I was working. I was literally working my job, but I had it up on TV and I had my remote closed so I could turn up with various things. So it was nice to see. Of course, it was a little different given COVID, but we make it work. So they made it work.
I was happy. It was a great experience to watch it, and shout out to the National Guard troops who protected the building, the members, those who came for attendance. Jennifer Lopez did great. It was just a great, someone says it's great to get back to boring politics, in a good way of not, what this person gonna say it today,
right?
Or what's
everything is a show.
Everything was a show and things, and so that's my pop the core. And also, Martin Luther King Jr. week.
Yes.
So Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you to him and his family for their service, their speech, their inspiration. So this is a pop the court for you for MLK holiday.
I hope that a lot of people were able to do something inspiring with your day off. If it's just a part of reflection and not shaking your ass
at the club
in Atlanta. You know who you are. So yeah.
Yes. DC, I don't think was doing anything.
No,
DC was on lockdown regardless.
Exactly. So, they probably had to venture out to Maryland.
But they definitely would have been doing something.
Of course.
I was telling a friend that I missed the club days. And most my friends who I go to club with, they gone, like they moved. So, and I'm getting older, guys. So, I guess it's me and the AARP crew now.
Not the AARP. He is not that old.
We're going to be clipping coupons and going to CVS. So we actually
don't sleep on CVS. I actually go. They send me a 40% off coupon probably every week. So I go get all of my little essentials, my toiletries,
and he gives them to me. He does. So you know what? I can't be mad at that. But this is my thing though. I pay for their CVS pass. It's like $5.
Okay.
I have never used it.
Really?
I pay $5 a month, friend, and you know what? It's just easier for them to take the $5 out every month versus me calling them and talking to somebody to cancel it.
That's with a lot of subscriptions. So that's like my Planet Fitness. It's just they just take out that money every month, and I ain't been in there all 2020.
I just went back today.
Okay.
I have not gone since before Christmas, and because they have a crowd meter, and I'm like, everybody on that New Year's resolution thing. So I just watched what I eat, but it felt good going back today.
That's good.
I stayed for a good old time.
Did you see any trade?
Let me go back. No, yeah, I did. Well, I don't think they would trade, but they can get it.
Okay.
A couple, so that's motivation within itself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Friend.
Well, we're going to move on to grab your glasses. Friend, grab that glass. Yes.
Now, I'm sipping my Friend gonna babysit his for a little bit.
I mean, Friend is over there drinking, y'all.
It's the new year.
So, the topic today for you guys is keep it on the low until you know.
For sure.
So, we want to ask for everyone that's out there, but of course, we're going to have a conversation. When first dating someone, Friend, what is a good time to let your partner meet your family and friends? Or, when do we talk about jobs, money, things that are shared? When is that a good time if you're dating someone?
Okay, that's a great question, friend. So, single guy here, as I say, and Aquarius.
He had to throw that in there.
I just had to. It's the season, right? So I saw the Etsy commercial for the holiday when the guy brought over his significant other. It was a cute thing, and it's in the link on the YouTube. And guys, if you're listening on Apple and Spotify, definitely check out the Etsy commercial 2020 for the December one. Where the two guys came, and there was one guy's family, and there was his partner. We'll say partner. And, I watched it a few times to kind of get into the space of what I wanted to talk about today. And, the family, and correct me if I'm wrong, and no disrespect to the director and things like that, was it really paying the guy any mind, like talking about it until one person came over with a gift, and the gift is of my partner's face on something with us together. I don't want that. I want something different. I don't want something with my partner's face on it. But at least I got a gift.
So it was, from my view, yes, I agree with you. It appeared that when the partner came in, it was just like he was out of place.
Yeah.
So watching his guy like kind of maneuver with his family and stuff, it's like, oh, what do I do? What do I say? I'm just going to kind of be over here in the corner, which that'd probably be me too, until I felt comfortable, especially if that's the first time meeting the family.
True.
And then so, towards the end of the commercial is when, I don't know if it was his father that came over, the partner's father came over, or the uncle, whoever.
Or neighbor.
But he's so silly. But he came over and he was like, we didn't forget about you, and he gave him the thing, the gift or whatnot. But yeah, I probably would feel, pretty uncomfortable from the beginning, just because you don't know. You also don't know what kind of reactions you want to get.
Correct. Yeah.
But I thought it was really cute and tastefully done. But like you said, Fran, it did bring up the thought of, well, how long is it before you open that door? So yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a great way to segue into it, because obviously they've been knowing each other, hopefully, for a while to do that.
I hope there wasn't no whole. I met you
in the date.
No, seriously, I hope there wasn't. I met you in a bar or something the beginning of December, and now we're going out and meet my family.
Yeah, we're gonna move this quick. Let's form an attachment. But anyway, so this is Jamal's point of view for me, and let me make a disclaimer to my friends and family and my fans who are listening, who I love very much. This is the disclaimer. I have not even gotten close to what we saw on Etsy. Let's just say that, okay? Right. With that commercial. And I have not gotten close to what I'm about to say, but I think it makes sense. Maybe it's not, because I'm still single as fuck, But this is my timeline. Okay. 3 months is for me and my partner, or my potential partner, for us to get to know each other. Okay. Because you have that honeymoon phase. Yes. Where it's lovey-dovey, blah, 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 blah. And then after that, when you start seeing their true traits and characters, you're saying, okay, can I deal with this? Can I not? So I think for 5 months is, you should see his face. Because okay, I have a 90-day rule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway, before we are intimate, I need to make sure we are compatible as well, because soul ties and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Fred may be totally different from what I'm going to say because I'm looking at his face, so I'm not even going to look at you right there.
Okay.
All right, so you guys listen to me, and I'm going to stare at this mic. 5 months.
I done turn my head and close my eyes. Go ahead.
5 months.
Mm-hmm.
5 months from him and I to get to know each other.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Then the question is, do I have my friends meet my partner first or my family? I would say my friends, I would probably have my friends meet them first before my family, because I have to make sure before I bring them to mom. I ain't never did that before. So 5 months, after 5 months, for another 3 months, it's like a trial, right? But for another 3 months,
Spotify.
So for another 3 months, guys, it will be time to meet my friends, right?
Okay.
And then when we're done with that, and we, we're still working, we're still courting, we're still getting to know each other. Then within that year, maybe I wouldn't even put them in that holiday scene for my partner. I would say soon after you meet my friends, about a month or so later, you'll meet my family, and I'll start with my aunt, and then mom will be the last one.
Okay.
So that way I'm sure, 'cause moms can be persuasive, honey. So you have to be short, and they can read very well. So if you were to ask me in the breakdown, and I know my listeners probably like, all right, Jamal, that's why you single, man. You wait these months and these trials and things like that. So 5 months, him and I. Then after 5 months, my friends, and then within 8 months to a year, you're meeting my family. That's my timeline.
I actually do not disagree with your timeline.
What?
I do not, just simply because I had or at least in my past relationships, I had similar timelines. But I'm always the one to move slow.
Okay.
As far as introducing my significant other to my friends, and then family or anything like that. So I can get that type of timeline. I know once you have met the friends, then I think it should just be like a interim period. I don't know if you like. I feel like it should be like a couple months between that and the family, because I just need for you to be in a comfortable space with me, and be okay with the friends and things of that nature before we move on to the family. But I feel like your timeline is fine. As a matter of fact, I currently have a friend now who is battling with their timeline. Excuse me, because he is wanting his partner to introduce him to his friends, or at least all the friends that he frequently hangs out with, and that's not happening for him right now, so he's bothered by it. And so we had a conversation actually last night, and I told him, I said, well, are you willing to wait? We have to understand oftentimes that our partner isn't us, meaning they aren't our personality. They don't think like we do, in whatever case may be. So people move differently, and
that's very important.
Yes,
because we expect them to think how we're thinking, and that's very, very important.
Exactly.
Well, I would have done it this way.
Of course.
You're not dating yourself.
Yeah, and so we have to keep that in mind. And so I was like, are you willing to wait? Because he may need more time to just get comfortable before he brings you around his friends. And you need to be okay with that. And he's like, yeah, I'm willing to wait because I care a lot about him. I do have feelings for him. And so I'm like, okay. So he's like, well, thank you for talking off that ledge. Because he was like, if I don't meet his friends in such a time, it's a wrap.
He had it something. He messing with one of his friends.
Exactly.
Oh, that's his boyfriend, his ex. No, it's like, okay, so is it an age thing or generation thing? Like, if I'm dating someone younger, or older? Do you think, okay, older is like you need to meet my family, you need to blah, 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 and younger it's like, well, meet my friends first, so let me meet you first. Let me get to know you first.
It could be a little bit of that, you know, but
because older I find are ready,
right.
Some of them, not all of them. They have been through it. They went through all the barrels of the wine.
Yeah, because I ain't trying to meet your ex-wife or your baby mama and your kids, and things of that nature.
Unless they cooking.
That's just me. Not unless they cooking though. So you may be that comfortable, and if you are, then I must be the one for you.
I don't need. We need to understand what this relationship is. If you having me meet your ex, now I've been through that before, and y'all still got feelings, and then you can just leave me out. Yeah, and you just gonna work it out with that particular person. So I think that's good. So your timeline is around what my timeline will be.
Yeah, roughly. I think that within 3 to 4 months, I think it's okay for us to meet each other's friends, at least a couple, to kind of feel out and things of that nature, and then after that, we can have a little lag of a couple months, and then maybe, as long as things are going great, maybe meeting various people from the family to see how that is going. But, at the end of the day, when you love someone, that timeline may be shorter, and it's okay as long as it works out.
Subject to change, the timeline, and who you meet is timeline. But I would hoping that I would have my friends to meet them first, and then I'll start with my aunt, and then my immediate family of my brother and my mother, because you also don't want to just bring anybody around your family, where they live and everything like that. So I think passing no, not and that goes for me too. But when I was dating somebody, don't get me wrong, I love meeting people, but sometimes I want a heads up that I'm meeting somebody. I don't want to be, oh, by the way, my friend here, my coworker, and you're not telling me that your intention for them to meet me is for them to meet me. Yeah. And know who you getting to know. And so I've had that conversation before saying, hey, like, I don't mind meeting people. And I had to meet many people. I mean, people want to, I get it. You want to show me around. Right. I'm not mad at you for that. I don't blame you for wanting to show me around. Show me off who you have, this prize, But this prize needs notification that he may do this. Because let me tell you something. I mean, I'm going to give you a private example. It's, for me, 2 examples where I met I was dating not two guys at the same time, but one guy I was dating.
Yes, he was. Oh,
I wish I had it like that, but I am a Southern belle. But anyway, so one of them I met their coworker. I was dropping something off at their job, and I was like, and then the coworker came down to the lobby too with them. And I was not here to meet nobody. Right. Okay, I was not here prim proper. I just wanted to see him. Hey, how you doing? I'm dropping this off. Spend a little time in the lobby. But you bringing somebody else down there to meet me, and I ain't even got my makeup crew. I don't even have my makeup crew on. So with me at this time, I'm like, oh my God, I look like I just been through DC tunnels, honey, with the metro. And so I said, look, I don't mind. And I said this a couple times, I don't mind meeting these people and things like that. I appreciate it. But give me a warning, give me a heads up. I might say, give me the right to say no. Because
as soon as he got back to the desk, he'd be like, what you think about my boo?
Yes,
like,
what you think about him?
Boo would toe up.
Boo was toe up, honey. It's like, dang. He's like, honey, he need a little bit more light and thin. But anyway, and then another time I met, going to meet them at their job. I'm just going to stop meeting people.
You need to stop there.
Job, right? So I met them at the job, and we're going to go to the movies and things like, no, we want to do something. We go to the movies. It don't matter. The point is, I met their boss and things like that. Okay. I didn't know I was going to do. Let me tell you something. I had a pimple on the size of a nickel.
That's the worst. I feel for you, Frank.
So, that's the worst. I'm like, you cannot do that to me. This is only you can see because you see me without the pimp. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's all I
say. Your pimp say hi before you.
Friend, that thing came out and said, "What's up?" Yeah, I even named it.
I can't.
There was no concealer that goes conceal that thing, honey. So okay, but that's how I feel. That's why I think if you are gonna meet, whether we're in the same boat, far as they want to meet, show us to their friends or family or vice versa, you need to have that conversation before you do.
Well, what about sharing things? Money, finances, space.
Oh, child.
Do you think that the year mark is okay for you to start having those types of conversations? Or maybe you should have those conversations a little earlier, but maybe the year mark is where you plan to, because everybody, for me, I need my bank account to stay where it is. You have your bank account to stay where it is. Yeah. And then if we're going to, begin to live together, then we can function in that light. Maybe have
a joint account. Maybe have
a joint account of some nature. But, some people feel like that once they're in a relationship, maybe early on, that we're just going to start sharing those things.
No. So. I don't know. Okay, what will be a pro and con, friend, of doing it earlier, like the 3 months range we're talking about? What's a pro and con with it?
A pro is you find out how broke that nigga is, so you can get out sooner. Okay, that's a pro. So
you don't do broke well.
I don't do broke well. I need to find out if I can see what your annual credit score is, see what Credit Karma's giving.
Credit Karma be off.
Shit, it ain't that off when it's 500. So you can see. So to me that's a pro.
You're not wasting time.
You're not wasting any time.
Okay.
Exactly. And a con to doing so early is that maybe your partner will feel entitled because maybe that split is not equal. Maybe you are making more money than your partner is, and because you guys have this kind of shared setup, it's like, oh well, I can do this because you got it, because you make more than I do. So I don't know if, as far as sharing the finances, I save that for a long-term committed relationship or marriage for that.
I can see that. I think, I've had experiences and things like that, but, it's something where I can say, okay, well, first starting off is good for me to see your goals.
Yeah, of course.
One of the main dating questions is where you see yourself in 5 years. And how are you going to get there within this 5 years, right? So if I see that, I may make more than my partner or somebody I'm interested in, or they make more than me.
And every week he buys Jordans. So
okay, we got a problem, right? Yes. I would say that I would probably have that conversation of, okay, how can we help each other? I think it's iron sharpens iron. I think getting to that level together, sharing your goals together.
Right.
And as far as with finances, I won't share unless we put rings on our fingers.
Exactly.
And have a place. And what I tell my friends is I'm gonna have my own account in Switzerland, and then they're gonna have their account. And then what we do together, we put in the joint account and things like that, and we split it up in there. That's what we do, because I don't want to be caught off guard and not knowing what to do about if something goes wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a ex who was seeing someone, and they were dating, and they decided to move in with each other, and things went wrong, far as the relationship, and then he had to start over. He had to find a new place. He had to unwind his finances, and that's a lot.
Yeah, it happens.
That's a lot. Now, granted, if you've seen yourself going, in a path with that person that would lead to long-term or marriage, then I get it. But it's just, it can definitely be a lot if you're not sure. And child, clearly he wasn't sure because he on my line today.
Ooh, he hit your line today. Ain't nobody on my line but T-Mobile reminding me of my bill payment coming up. Okay, but. Mm-hmm. You know, I heard a story about when I was doing like the home buying classes and things like that. Was this man really didn't find out his partner's finances until they were engaged. Mm-hmm. And then when he found out like that this person was really, really bad in money, he had to call off the engagement. Yeah. So I feel like finances is a big thing. Especially in our community and things, in any community really. But if you have to get your finances in order, get yourself in order first.
Exactly.
Get your house in order. Yes. Oh. Anyway, you have to get it in order first because you know that conversation is coming. Yeah. Whether it be short term or long term, whoever that person may be, because they want to know. Because that's longevity. Mm-hmm. And some people can work with you and things like that as long as you have a goal. But for me, if you're talking about me, Jamal will want to have his finances together first before he's asked about them.
And for the ones who are saying like, oh, well, it's not all about money. You're right. It's not all about money. But damn, I got to be able, I can't put LOVE on this light bill.
You can't. I mean, you can't. But don't get it twisted. We're not asking for a provider.
Oh, absolutely not.
We're not asking for a provider, but we're not also asked to be the provider either. You know what I'm saying?
Equally yoked.
Equally Friends, yoked. You know, made me want another glass of wine with that one. Okay, so one thing I want to ask too about is before we wrap up and pour it out, is positions.
This is always an ongoing topic in the community.
When do you, Grind, a Jag, or the other hookup things, they may already have it on there, so you can kind of put it in. But things like Tinder and Match or Hinge or I bumped into you at the mall or something like that, you don't have that up there. Some people still don't have it up there on those profiles and things, which is totally fine. But when is it okay do you do it off the bat? I'm this, I'm that, what are you? When is it okay to talk about the bedroom, the bed chamber?
So I feel, because, it just depends on the personality of if you want. I know I don't care to have time wasted, but I am more concerned about the connection. So I would say if we're going on dates, I would need to know maybe 2 to 3 dates in as to what your desire, your sexual desires are. And this isn't like explicit or it doesn't have to be in that light. It's just that, are we from being compatible? Are we compatible in that light? And is that something that's going to be a deal breaker? Because it may not be. It may actually be something that it's like, okay, well, we are so in sync and we enjoy each other's company so much. We just want to explore and see what works. Because
that's just what me and you do.
Child, that thing wish. But yeah, it may be that case. So I'm gonna say for me it would be 2 to 3 dates in as to where you stand on a sexual position.
Do you feel like if it is 2 or 3 dates in for you, is it time wasted or time earned or developed?
I used to. Younger me would say, "Ooh, it was time wasted." I need to know if this man is gonna be, pitching or catching.
Like the straight friends. That's what I was gonna say. That's how the straight friends ask. Yes. Are you pitching or are you catching?
Right.
And you just be like, well, dang, why can't I just be at the bat? Why can't I just be the empire?
So that would be right. So that would be young me
or the coach.
But. Me currently, it's more so like, okay, I may actually have a connection with this person, and it may not turn out for us to be, in a relationship or nothing like that. But at least I got a chance to get to know this person a little better. So I don't necessarily feel like it's time wasted, but it's something to consider. And unfortunately, in the LGBTQ plus community, that is something that is at the forefront of many minds as to where your sexual position lands.
Yeah. And sometimes it's okay to ask for. I mean, if you don't want to waste your time and things like that, right, that's totally fine. I think I just tried. I know I had a situation in which I was talking to this guy and he was cute. It was nice and things like that. But us talking and how he would talk about sex and things like that, I just realized. I just said we're not going to be compatible. Because what you like to do is not what I like to do,
right?
Which is a lot,
I can't. But
we're just not going to click with that. But and that's one thing I said. I said, I appreciate us talking. Like, I enjoy talking to you, get to know you.
Yeah, I don't necessarily feel like connect. I don't feel like time is wasted because, be honest, 2 or 3 days ain't time.
That's
it's that right, especially me paying. I'm like, shit, I ain't wasting my time. I got a good meal.
Yeah, hello.
So I don't feel like, but I know for many they would feel like that their time is wasted and they don't even want to go on the first date until they know, whether or not they're gonna be dug out or not.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you have to feel the vibe of that person, and don't judge off pictures.
No,
because you could be totally wrong. A lot of people get me wrong, but
goodness. They ain't getting him wrong.
So we just say, guys, keep it on the low until for sure. We don't want y'all posting these things, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then next week, honey, you saying you single again. Keep it on the low until and that is I'll grab the glasses, friend.
That is. So we hope you guys enjoyed the topic as our first show back here in 2021. So yeah, anything else you want to cover?
Friend, I think it's time for you to pour it out. Yes. And then we're gonna wrap it out.
So just real quick, my pour it out is where's your manners? Who were you raised by? And the reason why I say those things is because I went to a drive-thru to get some lunch, and the cashier that was working, she didn't say hey, she didn't say bye. She just handed my food, took the card, did the payment, handed my food, and I just feel like, I'm like, ma'am, you are here at work. Part of your job is customer service. You may not want to be here. And you know what? I totally understand. Right. Because you have to do what you have to do to provide. However, I am here. You are here. We are in a pandemic. This 2020 has been shit. The least you can do is give somebody a hey. Especially when they done gave you a hey first. That's the least you can do. And I just was like, well, I don't know how I can understand how people are like that, to where they're just like, I'm just gonna, mechanically do my services for this job and not give you any personality. And like I said, I'm not even bashing her for the job. I just would have liked her to be, just give me a hey, not even, just give me something. But if I guess sometimes you just don't have it to give, friend. But I just was like. So I got my food, and I kept it moving. And you know what? I actually just said a quick little prayer for her because she may not have been having a good day, and that's just the true reality of it. But I'm like, you never know. And my great grandmother says, you never know how far a hey or a hi will go. And just hypothetically speaking, I could have been somebody to take her out of that position into something great, all because she said hey, and people can really miss their blessing because they're too busy in their feelings at the time. So just something to keep in mind, guys. Like, you may be feeling bad. I get it. It's times where I don't want to, be jolly or speak or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, I still would at least allow that, because you know what? Your hate may save somebody's life. Somebody may came and was like, I'm going to blow my head off as soon as I leave this drive-through. Nobody said hey to me. And because you said hey, you may have saved a life. So just keep that in mind.
Hey can make somebody's day.
I mean, could make somebody's day. You can really change somebody's trajectory if you just say hey.
All right, friends. So I will make sure I say hey to you.
Oh, you always say hey, friend.
You know I do, friend.
You do.
Okay, that makes my day.
It does.
So before we go, we love to give you guys a motivational quote.
Yes. What's the quote for the first quote of 2021?
So the first quote for season 3, before we play you guys out, is from Vice President Kamala Harris. And it says, my mother had a saying, Kamala, you may be the first to do many things, but make sure you're not the last. So continue, guys, to not just be first all the time, but share your journey, share your experience with others, with strangers, neighbors, friends, family members. So thank you, Vice President Harris.
Ooh, thank you, guys.
This has been a great show. It was great catching up with my dear friend and co-host Ken K.
Yes,
guys, continue to follow us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. We're hoping for we know it's going to be a great season.
That's right. 2021
great year.
Be great.
2021. We have so many things lined up. Continue to, reach out to us and everything. And Ken, can you play us out before we?
Well, just one quick thing before we go. Continue to wash your hands, wear your mask. Even in OnlyFans, wear your mask.
Amen.
Wear your mask. Oh, nasty.
Safe at first.
But we're gonna see y'all back here soon. So you take it easy. And we're gonna be gone.
We love you guys.
Love y'all.
Bye.